Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Monica Bugallo. I am the Faculty Director of the Women in Science and Engineering program at Stony Brook University. We hope that you are all fine and your families are fine during this difficult time. And we welcome you to our WISE Admitted Student Day. I would like to first introduce you to our biggest supporter, that is the Dean of the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences, that is Dean Fotis Sotiropoulos.
Thank you, Monica. It's a great pleasure to be here and participate in this. Naturally, it was my hope to be able to welcome all of you in person on our campus. But of course, we are all getting challenged in ways we couldn't even imagine just a few weeks ago. So the most important thing right now for everybody and all your families and your loved ones is to stay healthy and well. So I send you my heartfelt wishes for the health and well-being of your families. I understand that many of you may be getting challenged in really profound ways by this crisis. And I certainly hope that all of you and your loved ones are well and you manage to navigate this without any adverse impact. It is just 3 weeks ago, we couldn't imagine of what would have happened, what happened actually in our college and our country and the world for that matter. So here at Stony Brook, we have been spending most of our time to really make sure that we are able to continue delivering the high quality education that we are delivering to our students in a safe manner. So the first, immediately as soon as we realized what was happening and we closed our campus and we had to keep students away for their health and safety, we moved really fast to transition our curriculum online. And our faculty, our staff to work tirelessly to make sure that we are able to deliver the quality education that we are delivering to our students online. We realize that a lot of the measures that we take, I mean, we are trying to learn doing online education at this scale. We never tried it before. And I have to say that so far things seem to be working very well. A big challenge that we had to address was our laboratories and how we substitute experiential learning opportunities with online, which of course can never be substituted. But I think we have taken some innovative steps in that regard as well. So it's great to report to you that we are able to function as a university, we're able to teach, and our students continue to learn and are responding in this new environment. Another thing that I want to let you know, so that to give you a sense of what kind of community Stony Brook University is that in addition to transitioning our curriculum online, the second biggest priority for us has been to try to support our hospital. And engineers can play a major role really in supporting our hospital. So in the last couple of weeks, we have been spending day and night actually to try to find ways to help the healthcare workers and the clinicians who are at the forefront of this fight. So we had our faculty partnering with local companies to find out ways to manufacture hundreds of thousands of face shields that could equip the healthcare workers in the heroic fight against the virus and to help deliver healthcare services to the patients that need them. We have a group of our faculty that in a period of 10 days conceived and designed and built a ventilator that we can build locally at low cost, because you know a big issue was New York State and our hospital in particular not having enough ventilators. So Stony Brook engineers made this happen. This ventilator right now is entering the final stages of trials, and I hope it's never been used because that means we have reached a state which is very critical. But if it is needed, we are ready, and I'm really proud by our faculty and our students and staff who actually made it happen. We have instituted a call to arms to all our students through our vertically integrated projects to form teams to come up with innovative technologies that can support our healthcare workers in a time of a pandemic like this. And I'm really proud that we literally have hundreds of students right now that are responding to this call, forming teams and thinking of innovative ways to come up with technology-driven solutions. So it is really amazing what the Stony Brook community has done. It is really amazing what the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences has done. And I think it's a testament to the kind of community you will be joining if you come to Stony Brook, and I sure hope that you all come here. Just to say a couple of words about WISE. WISE is the crown jewel of our programs. It is really the fact that you have been admitted by WISE. It's a huge honor because we are admitting the best and the brightest. And it is really something that I should congratulate you. We have unique, as you'll find out, we provide unique opportunities, not only through unique curricula, unique instruction from some of our best faculty who will have the opportunity to teach you and introduce you to the research. You'll have opportunities to get engaged in research in very deep and profound ways. And be part of this college and the Stony Brook University community. I should say our college is really the #1 BS degree producer in the state of New York right now, and number 19 in the nation. We have risen to be number 19 nationally in terms of degrees we award to women. We are extremely proud of that, and WISE is a major, major factor for making this happen. We have faculty that conduct research that focuses on solving society's biggest problems, whether it is using artificial intelligence and data science to tackle a broad range of problems in health, in energy, in sustainability, and so on. Moving forward toward a net zero carbon society, tackling the challenges of climate change, producing energy through renewable resources, electrifying our society, our transportation system, addressing energy efficiency issues, or doing research to think about the smart cities of the future, the resilience of our ecosystems that we have to protect against mega storms, thinking through cybersecurity issues in a society in the future of the Internet of Things and so on, or doing cutting-edge research, bringing together technology and engineering to reinvent the future of medicine. We have big initiatives in engineering-driven medicine where we are really working hand in hand with clinicians to revolutionize the future of medicine and healthcare. So it is, we have some of the best and most accomplished faculty in the world, part of our college. And I think, I hope you all join here to really be able to experience the kind of educational experience that the College of Engineering and Applied Science can provide to you. And I hope I get to meet all of you in person soon. So without any further delay, I would like to conclude my remarks, to congratulate you again for getting admitted by our WISE program, and wish you all the best with your career, but most importantly, urge you to stay healthy and well for you and your families. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Sotiropoulos, for your remarks. As he has indicated, you are very high-achieving and talented women. Just to give you a little bit of more information, we receive around 4,000 applications, and only 400 have been admitted to the program. So you are really a very select group. As part of our program, we have a lot of uniqueness things to offer you. First of all, we offer a special curriculum as part of the WISE program. And that curriculum is geared to give you soft skill training, and also training in research, in externships or internships, in experiential learning, and in leadership skills. It is a very unique curriculum in the sense that it is the first institution in the US that offers such thing. But WISE goes beyond that. We offer you mentoring, we offer you tutoring, we offer you academic advising, we offer you social events, and we offer you a community. That is the most important thing. You are going to join a group of very talented women like you who have a common interest that is STEM. So I don't want to delay more because we are going to have now Doreen Aveni, who is the WISE administrator, to give you some few more details about our program. And then you're going to have what you want. You're going to talk to students in our program who are the best testimony of the success of WISE at Stony Brook. So with no more delay, I want to introduce Doreen Aveni, who is the WISE College Coordinator.
Thank you very much, Monica. I appreciate it. Welcome to everyone who's here. Congratulations on your amazing accomplishment. I'm going to show a PowerPoint, and it'll be pretty quick. It's just a quick overview of the WISE program, and then we will get to our student panelists who are here. So welcome again. Congratulations, you did it. You got into college, and it's really a remarkable thing. Look what Monica was saying, and Dean Fotis was also saying, how it's a very competitive program. We had thousands and thousands of applications, and we selected you, the best of the best. It's an honors program, so you're already high achieving students. And again, you are the most talented students. You are sincerely the best of the best. This is the profile of you. Your average high school GPA was a remarkable 96. So you have really strong scores. Your SAT scores are here. The total SAT was 1433 average. Math 740 and verbal 690. Very impressive. Those of you who took the ACT, a very impressive 32. And where are you from? You are from all over the map, literally all over the map. And I have put pins here in the map to show you where you hail from. Across the globe, the United States, so many states here represented. So you are a very diverse and unique bunch. What Monica was mentioning earlier in her remarks, we support women in STEM in so many ways. We have multi-tiered, multi-layered support structure. We offer mentoring to students. So you are going to have mentors in your very first year. You'll have upper level students being your mentors. You'll meet in mentoring groups. So you'll be grouped with women who are in your major or similar majors. And about 5 of you or so will be in a group mentored by an upper level student. We have so many professional development events. We partner with the Career Center to offer you really professional development skills. We have our own student leadership council, some of whom are on our panel today, who you'll hear from. So many opportunities for them to give you social events, ways to stay connected and engaged. We really build that sense of STEM identity in you because it's a unique thing to be a woman in STEM. In many ways, you have your own unique challenges. So we are here to support you in so many ways. We encourage internship and externships, as Monica was indicating. We really want you to be early on in the lab, staying in the lab and doing research. So there's so many things that we build into the program to support you. And the biggest thing is our curriculum, which is the first of its kind anywhere. We are very proud of integrating the skills you need, so the soft skills, the leadership skills that you need. So we build it into our classes so that you don't normally have in your technical classes, but you get those leadership skills, so how to work on teams, how to work in, across disciplines to get a project done. And these WISE classes count for university requirements. So you don't have to take an added layer or an added burden on your classes that you're already having, which are, the the rigorous STEM classes, but these classes satisfy university requirements, and you can learn all about that in the bulletin and on our website. So I'm not going to give you the specific details of the curriculum, but they are transferable skills that you'll gain throughout your time at Stony Brook to launch your career as a scientist and entrepreneurs and academics and doing amazing things in research, in academia, and in government in so many ways. So these are some student spotlights that we like to show. This is one of our students who was a CME major in the lab. Here's another student who's an alum. She did amazing work at CERN. She's a physics major. And you'll hear from our students too. Here's one of our students. This was a professional development panel that we offer. So there's lots of ways to stay engaged. Here's a panel similar to what we are going to be doing today in a virtual setting, but we do these kinds of student panels all the time for you to build your skills. This is, we support students to go to professional conferences. This picture shows us at the Society of Women Engineers Conference, and we like to host students to go to these professional panels and conferences to build their leadership skills. So I think I've talked enough. I'd like to turn it over to our student panel. These are some of the bullet points we'll be talking about, but you can also answer questions. We have our staff from admissions as well as the WISE program. We have Maria, who's here. She's our graduate student intern, and we have Jackie, who's here, and she's our outreach coordinator and an academic advisor as well. So we're going to take your questions in the chat window. So they will, jump in and answer the questions. We'll direct them to the student panelists. So I'm gonna just stop my screen share, and I'd like for the students, let me see if I can unmute our student panelists so that I can turn it over to them. Let me see here. Okay, do we have everybody on the panel? So why don't we have Lexi, do you want to start?
Sure. So my name's Lexi. I am from a small town in Maine, and I'm a biomedical engineering major. I'm a senior here at Stony Brook, and next year I'm actually attending Johns Hopkins University for a master's of engineering in biomedical engineering and biomechanics.
Great. Ashna, do you want to introduce yourself and your hometown and your goals?
So I'm Ashna. I'm an out-of-state student. So I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm a biology major with a neuroscience specialization and a chemistry minor. I'm a junior, and I hope to be a physician one day. So my career goals are to probably attend Stony Brook School of Medicine because it's an amazing institution.
Great. Emma, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I can. Hi, everyone. My name is Emma Morse. I am from Queensbury, New York. Upstate. I am also a biology major with a minor in sustainability. I am a senior, so this is my last year. And after I graduate, I will be going to UAlbany to study biodiversity, conservation, and policy in their master's program.
Great. And Amelia, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm a junior here at Stony Brook, and I'm a physics and AMS double major. And so goals is become a physicist, so that involves grad school. As I mentioned before, I'm a junior, so I still don't have to think about that for a little bit. Got a little bit of months left, but basically I just want to work full-time as a national lab. That is my long-term goal.
Okay, so I think I'm going to ask the first question is, what is your favorite thing about being in the WISE program? And Lexi, I'll start with you.
Okay, so I have found a lot of leadership opportunities through the WISE program. I'm a member of the Student Leadership Council. This is my 3rd year. I'm actually the president this year. And so by far, one of my favorite things has been interacting with all the WISE students and having those leadership opportunities through the program.
Great. And how about Emma? Do you want to answer that question?
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely say it's the connections that you make through the WISE program. When you start off coming in as a freshman, it's a really overwhelming experience, but the small community that you have in WISE makes you really know your WISE sisters. and really makes that transition a lot easier. And then going forward, all the connections that you make in the classroom when you meet a professor or talk to anyone and they know you're in WISE, you automatically get a head up in those classes for being a TA or what have you. It's good to know that you have the WISE connections behind you and supports you in everything school-wise and outside.
Okay, so Ashna, do you have a favorite thing about the WISE program?
Yeah, building off of that, my favorite thing is honestly the people as well. I think WISE has a great diversity in its students. While we're all women in science and engineering, we represent many different disciplines within it, from environmental science to medicine and biomedical engineering. And so my favorite thing is how WISE recognizes that and has programs such as mentoring programs and events where we can really network within each other and motivate each other to do our best.
Fantastic. Amelia, do you have a favorite thing?
So I value WISE a lot for getting me out of my own comfort zone. So as I mentioned before, I'm physics and AMS, which is applied mathematics and statistics. So I'm pretty much like a mathy person, right? And so all of the WISE classes has really opened up me as a person to discuss my feelings, my thoughts, and make me a little bit more, I don't want to say a good communicator, because I mean that's pretty cliche, but honestly, I've been able to really dive deep and figure myself out in terms of what I want to do, and then also how I'm going to add to society, basically, right? Because I mean, you guys are all entering your undergrad, but that's essentially the big plan here, right?
Fantastic. So who would like to talk about mentoring, your mentoring experience? Or have any of you been mentors? And if you have or have not, also talk about what it's like to receive mentoring and what that means to you as a woman in STEM.
Yeah, I can talk on that. I have not been a mentor. I chose the SLC route, the Student Leadership Committee, and decided I want to focus there. But mentoring for me was huge my freshman year. You break it down into your small groups, and you just get that one-on-one time to talk about issues that you're having, and then to later find out that those are issues that the other girls are having too. And just being in those small groups to kind of really problem solve on things other than this classroom stuff is really helpful. So mentoring beyond freshman year turns into a different relationship with your mentors. I still have a relationship with my mentor who's in Boston getting her PhD. And we talk sometimes, and in the small mentor group that I had, I'm still friends with them. So it's really cool to really have a small group of girls that you go through these experiences with and you can relate to, because you're going to find different problems and different issues that you're going to have to come up, and it's no one else knows it except the people next to you, and it's really good to get their input and also just vent to them and get their support. So just mentoring is huge, and something that when I was first coming in, I was like, oh, okay, mentoring sounds good, but really it is a huge part of the program, and I think is the biggest support to me.
Fantastic. Any of the other panelists want to jump in?
I'll do. So mentoring also goes beyond into a professional setting too. So a lot of you guys might be into research or want to do it in the future, and you may know that. That can be super daunting. I mean, it was for me as a freshman, and WISE definitely facilitated those, emails to all these professors and made me stand out amongst the rest, because I mentioned I'm in WISE, I'm taking these classes, I'm advanced in this topic, blah, 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 blah. And then just furthering on to that, my first mentor in research was actually a WISE personnel, Dr. Joanna Kurlip, and I owe her a lot for just kind of giving me my introduction into the field.
Fantastic. That's great. Yeah, and there's multiple layers and ways to be mentored. So WISE has our own peer mentoring program, but your faculty are going to be mentoring you in your research. So Ashna, do you want to talk about what kind of research you're doing?
Sure, yeah. First off, when I first tried to find research, it's actually the mentoring group that helped me connect with my PI. My research mentor was an upperclassman, and she really guided me throughout how I can best identify what my research interests are and find the lab that was the right fit for me. I'm currently researching on Parkinson's disease, and more specifically regarding the respiratory dysfunction behind it. A lot of you may associate Parkinson's disease with motor symptoms like tremors, difficulty walking, but what many people don't know is that it's actually the non-motor symptoms, such as respiratory dysfunction, that is ultimately fatal. So my research really focuses on creating a model for Parkinson's disease using anesthetized rats, and then through various gas challenges, determining how breathing is altered in Parkinson's disease patients. And I think what I really love about this lab the most is that not only does it help me learn a great deal about basic science, but it also links it with medicine. And it's a way I can truly learn how the research that we do has an impact in every little part of the medical field, from diagnosis to treatment and eventually, hopefully, cure. So I certainly credit WISE for giving me that opportunity to research and have all these learnings, because it all began with my mentoring group.
Fantastic. That's great. That's great to hear. And Lexi, do you want to talk about a little bit about your research?
Sure. My current research right now is actually tied to my senior design project. We were tasked with finding a new way to hold an endotracheal tube. It's currently a very difficult issue, and a lot of nurses combat the issue by using adhesive tape, which causes an even larger issue. So we actually were in Stony Brook Hospital in the ICU observing patients who had endotracheal tubes and who were intubated and talking one-on-one with nurses. And we have designed and actually 3D printed a model that we are attempting to finalize at the moment.
Wow, that's really impressive. It's
Yes.
very relevant to what's going on in the world today. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Interesting. Yes. So let me see what other talking points you want to have. So let's talk about the WISE curriculum, and let's specifically talk about the opportunities in STEM and beyond. Does somebody want to talk about what that format is like, and our guest lecturers that come in, and what stood out to you about that particular class?
So I have a funny story about that. So within that whole class, right, the whole objective is to get everyone basically on the same page in terms of like research and opportunities in research or experiential learning. And so everyone kind of gets like an introduction into certain fields. You get to pick what fields you can, and it's pretty like a good opportunity. And within that, there's also trips to Brookhaven National Lab. And I actually applied for a SULI program, which is an undergraduate like internship. And one of the speakers at that like field day, we can say it, was my mentor. And we didn't know it until like literally like the day before. And so he walked in, he was like, "There's an Amelia here." And I was like, "Hi." And it was really funny. But it was a really good introduction because I got to see him like face to face and like kind of like talk to him a little bit. And then when I actually did meet him within the program, he knew me more than he knew the other students, right? And so like we got to have a pretty good relationship and connection from the start. And if I wasn't in WISE, and if I wasn't at the particular day, that probably would never have happened.
Fantastic. That sounds really great. Yeah, WISE tries to connect students with important people on campus, be it faculty members, be it folks from the Career Center, various people that we not only put them as guest lecturers in our classes, but we also have special evening events and big large-scale events to get students connected to the people that they need to be learning from, role models, and things like that. We had recently had a WISE roundtable event where it was called Wonder Women in STEM. Did anybody attend that event and want to talk a little bit about that Wonder Women in STEM event? Lexi?
So I actually helped run a little bit Wonder Women in STEM. So basically we had mentors of all fields sitting at basically round tables and it was all women in STEM essentially, that freshman students and other WISE students were paired to. So it was basically just a lunch where you were sitting in a small group with a woman who has been successful in STEM. And we tried to place students with women who were in their field so that you could talk to them and kind of make that connection and have almost like an outside of like, I guess, formal mentoring experience. I know I gained a lot of knowledge, and I actually met a professor in the BME department that I hadn't known before. So it's very beneficial, and it helps make that connection for undergrad students to professors and to these amazing women in STEM.
Fantastic. Anybody else? Did anybody else make some valuable connections at that event?
I can talk a little bit about that event as well. So at the event, I was paired with someone who was an MD PhD student. And that's a path that I've always been considering. I've always been torn between pursuing either an MD or an MD MPH, an MD PhD. There are so many opportunities. Before I came to college, I thought it was just medicine. But once I came and realized that there's so many more degrees that you can pair it with and how you can expand your interests. And I think that event was the beginning of me being able to expand my horizons and learn what's out there for me. The woman who I was speaking to was an MD PhD candidate. And so she had a great amount of knowledge about that track that she helped me with. And even today, sometimes I can still reach out to her if I have questions about that track. And she's more than willing to help me simply because I was a Y student and I had that opportunity to make that connection with her that day. I think being a Y student really, I don't want to say label, but it really does label you in a way because people know that WISE is associated with a lot of responsibility, with a lot of dedication. And I think I really benefited from that.
Fantastic. So I'd like to switch gears and talk about, does anybody who lives on campus want to talk about how their residential experience is, and if you commute, what that experience is like? So let's start with Emma.
I live on campus because commuting from upstate is a little hard. That seems a little too much for me. But so I lived in a bunch of different styles of housing. What's great about WISE is when you first move on to campus, you get roomed into an all WISE area. So your roommates are WISE, most likely. And then you're in a WISE hallway. So you step out and there's WISE girls all around. So that was awesome, really like bonding. Our doors were always open. Girls were coming in and out of rooms. Lexi was actually the floor above me. She'd come down to my room all the time. So it's really, WISE isn't just an academic program. It's a social program too, as it caters to those needs as well. So living on campus is good. I liked it. It's a lot more independence. It changes you and what you think moving outside of the home is going to be like. But it's also a lot more fun because your food is right next door. You can stay out late, but make sure you don't stay out too late. But like you have freedoms that you might not have at home. And it's just finding that balance between your social and your academic side. And being in the WISE, like college makes that easy to find that because we study together. It's academic and social hours sometimes. A lot of the homeworks you'll all have, and so you get in a big table and you work on your physics homework. And that's really, really celebrated in Stony Brook is working together. They want you to collaborate on your homeworks and stuff like that and work together. So having the WISE program right there in your own dorm is super advantageous and really makes it a really great community to live and learn.
Fantastic, that's great. Thank you. And does anybody else want to add to what campus life is like? What the food is like? We often get a question like that. How's the food? So does anybody else want to talk about who lives on campus, wants to talk about the life experience on campus?
I can talk about it a little bit. So I also lived on campus all 4 years because home is up in Maine. And it's a very different experience to live on campus because you can never really be bored. There's always someone down the hall who has their door open that you could go talk to. There's always events going on campus, whether they're academic events or social events. You can always find something to do. And I found that living on campus kind of forced me to leave my comfort zone a little bit, try things that I wouldn't normally try, and, make connections with people you wouldn't necessarily connect with otherwise. I know I went to a lot of events sort of by myself, especially freshman year when you're trying to make those connections. And just like going and talking to people and jumping out of your comfort zone is it's almost like the biggest part of your freshman year. but also knowing that you have your WISE friends and your WISE community to kind of fall back on. I know Emma and I were very good friends starting from the very beginning. So it's so easy to pull some of your WISE friends and be like, hey, like I heard about this movie night, like let's go. So it definitely opens the doors and makes you step out of your comfort zone, but it also provides an opportunity for you to make a lot of connections and do a lot of very cool things you wouldn't normally do.
Fantastic. And Amelia, I know you commute. So what is it like to be a commuter? Because we showed that map. People are all over the world, but they're also right here in our backyard on Long Island. So what is it like for you to manage your time at home and manage your time at Stony Brook?
I mean, after hearing Emma and Lexi's testament to dorming, I definitely wanted to dorm too, but it was definitely a financial situation for me to commute. I mean, I live in Port Jeff, and if anyone's from Long Island, I'm like literally 20 minutes away from Stony Brook, so it doesn't really make sense for me to stay on campus. However, just from like a social aspect, don't think that if you are commuting, you're gonna miss out on all of these opportunities. You definitely can still, and I think for me specifically, what really helped me was gaining more leadership on campus and like putting myself in those leadership positions that like kind of drove me to be like, well, if I'm gonna make this event, I have to come to this event, right? I mean, it only makes sense. And then also just like my friends that I made within the classes also definitely helped because, you know, like you're sitting in the class and you kind of see the same faces over and over again. It's only natural that you say hi, and then you realize that like, wow, we have the same show that we really like, or we're both staying up until 2 a.m. watching Netflix. Okay, cool, let's talk about that. So, you know, making those connections was really important. And then just in terms of time management, I would say you definitely have to have a good, I guess like, you have to have a good like sensation about how you work. And WISE will help you with that. There's classes all about like time management and like being a student, being acclimated into like a college campus. But, you know, like deciding whether or not you work best in the morning or at night, that's how you kind of figure out the schedule that works for you. And then just commuting is just, you have to add in some driving and some traffic time to that. But, you know, I think it's more of like a self-evaluation than it is a product of commuting.
Great. Yeah, we encourage time management, so that's really important for academic success. Definitely. So are there any pearls of wisdom that you would like to share with the students that are, you know, considering Stony Brook, considering joining the WISE program, things you wish you knew when you were, you know, trying to figure out which college was the right fit for you? So let's start with Lexi.
I wish I had known how many opportunities I would get at Stony Brook. I was kind of trying to decide where I was going, and when I got admittance into the WISE program, I knew I was going to Stony Brook, but walking in day one, I was sort of like taken aback by how big the university was. And if I had known that I would be sitting here today, like talking to you, being the president of the like SLC, and like just with all the things that I've accomplished, I would have told you that there was no way that like that Lexi is the same Lexi that walked in freshman year. So it was definitely, it's kind of like a confidence boost after looking back from 4 years, but like I wish someone had told the, you know, nervous Lexi, the freshman year Lexi, that like it's going to be okay and there's a lot of opportunities here for you.
Wow, I love it. I love that. Yep, great. Ashna, do you want to share?
Sure. I think coming into Stony Brook and the WISE program too, I knew that they were both incredible opportunities, that there was going to be a lot of space for academic achievement and leadership here. But I think what I really underestimated or didn't realize was the community aspect and how WISE really believes in giving you a support system, one that you can fall back on while you're still going outside your comfort zone. I really found that to be one of the best parts about Stony Brook here. Stony Brook itself has great campus-wide events. We actually have a tradition called Roth Regatta, and every year different organizations on campus build boats, and we race across this pond on campus. And WISE itself builds a boat too. Last year, I actually helped build a boat, and with a team, I wrote it. And I never thought I would be the type of person who would be able to row a boat or have the strength for it. But being with my friends, being with the WISE community, we all just motivated each other, and we were like, why not? And we actually won a couple races too that day. So I think I really underestimated how much WISE can help you grow as a person socially, how it can help you push your boundaries and do crazy things like row boats in random ponds.
That's fantastic. I love it. I remember those rough regatta boats from WISE students. That's great. How about you, Emma? Do you have any pearls of wisdom that you want to share? How you knew that Stony Brook and WISE was a good fit for you?
So it's hard because like I think of what Lexi said, and if you told me now, I say this at every panel that I'm on, it's tell me now that if I was in this position, blah, 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 get out of here. But here I am, a senior. I'm going into a master's program that's going to be fully paid for. I have full scholarship. So if you told me, I wouldn't be in that position if it wasn't for WISE. I've had internships at national parks. And when I discuss it with the people that I'm working with, it's one of the reasons why they invited me in is because they like how WISE works as a team when I speak about that on applications, on how proud I am. Another thing I wanted to bring up was the Student Leadership Committee is something I'm very proud of. My advice would be to join that, go to meetings, be involved in those WISE events, run for freshman liaison. You can be on the board and really speak for your class. I've been in the Student Leadership Committee for 3 years now, and I think that to me, and we host events, fun events and social academic events, and really getting engaged and really having a place to put my thoughts and what I would like to see in the program into it, I think has really developed me as a leader and been able to speak up. I've gotten on-campus positions. I'm working at Student Accessibility Services at Stony Brook, and I wouldn't have got that job if it wasn't for WISE being on my resume and the confidence I've gotten from being in WISE. And I've been able to really develop that through WISE and outside with just being able to access more people through just learning who you are. I envy you guys going into Stony Brook. I wish I blinked and now I'm a senior and now it's over. I wish I could do it all again. It was a lot of fun. But just know that it's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be hard. And some days you're going to be like, oh, I have 4 more years of this. And then you get to be me. And it's like, oh, that was 4 years. That does not feel like 4 years. I remember my admitted students day and picking out my major. And that's another thing I want to say is my major changed, and that's okay. I knew I wanted to be in STEM, but WISE has given me availability to see all the different classes when you take those rotations and realize like, yo, this isn't for me. And the flexibility you have at Stony Brook to find what you're passionate about, it's okay to not get it right on the first try. And that's something that is all right. And if you choose to switch, WISE will only support you in that and help you find a career option that will work for you. So don't think you have to have it all set right now. What you thought you were going to be in 6th grade is what you want to be now. Or maybe you just decided when you're filling out the application, this one sounds good. You got accepted because the people you are, not what major you chose. So just stick to that. Know that you're intelligent and you got a lot of stuff going for you. Yeah, I'll keep going, but that would be too much.
Thank you, Emma. That was great. I love it. Yeah, I love it. So Amelia, do you have any pearls of wisdom, any words of advice you want to give to the students who are listening in?
I think the lady before me kind of said it all, but if I can add anything, I'll say that definitely when you come into Stony Brook, there's going to be a bunch of opportunities just kind of thrown into your face. And it can feel kind of overwhelming too, because you're like, should I go here? Should I go there? What do I actually really want to do? And I think just keeping a fundamentally, like having a fundamentally sound choice of where your values lie and where you want to become as a person is important, and you'll feel that. I mean, like, it kind of sounds a little bit abstract as I'm talking about it, and you probably think I sound crazy, But when you get into Stony Brook, it'll start to make sense over like what clubs you want to maybe join and the message of those clubs and what they are trying to accomplish. WISE is a very distinct message. You've seen it or you've heard it over and over again today. If that resonates with you, obviously SLC and all these other opportunities that Lexi and Emma were talking about is definitely the path to go to. But I think just, you know, take it slow, maybe your first couple of weeks, and just see what's going or what's out there. Don't overwhelm yourself because it can be daunting.
Great, thank you. That sounds great. These are all great words to, you know, think about and see, to really decide if Stony Brook is the right choice for you. Think about your own paths, and can you see yourselves following in the footsteps of these panelists here who have shared their insight and their experiences with you. So I'd like to kind of turn it over to as a Q&A now. We have Jackie and Maria have been looking at the chat window. If there's been any questions, I got my own chats here that that we can go through. So if you have any questions you want to ask it to the host, like all of us as hosts we could see, and then we will you know, answer appropriately. The first question that I see that I got was from a student who wanted to know if you can select a roommate in WISE or if your roommates are randomly assigned. So there is a way for you to select your roommate as long as you both indicate you want to be in the Undergraduate College of Information and Technology Studies, and then you can select one another. There's a process to do that. You also may have another roommate who might not be in the WISE program, but generally speaking, if roommates request each other, they should both belong to the ITS undergraduate college, and the campus residences tries to accommodate those requests. Does Maria have any questions that you've gotten from any of the audience members, or Jackie? No. So I invite the audience members, if you have any questions, to use the chat window and send us any of your questions, and then we'll try to answer them. If there's any question that is specific to an individual student, like in her own case, we can answer that separately after this is over. We can respond to you by email and phone call and things like that. But if there's a question that you might want to know from any of our panelists or myself, please feel free to put it in the chat window, and I am not seeing any yet, so we'll see how that goes.
I have, is there separate housing for WISE students, and does being in the WISE program make it difficult to meet and make connections with other people on campus?
Okay, so the first year students who choose to live in WISE, choose to live on campus, will be grouped with other first year WISE students in the Mendelssohn Quad. Generally, we're either in Gray or O'Neill, but as space permits, students are housed together per cohort in that quad. So last year was in O'Neill, and wherever space allows, all the first year WISE students will go into that residential hall. You can choose to stay there. Many students do choose to stay in that residential hall after, but also students can choose to go into other arrangements, and they usually connect with some WISE students and they find roommates. WISE is not limited to just WISE students. We encourage students to, engage in the broader community. You'll have that smaller WISE community, but you'll also be part of the Undergraduate College of Information and Technology Studies. So you'll have all of the students in your quad, and in addition, you have connections with students you make in your classes or your major classes, and other ways to stay connected. We often partner with Honors College as well as University Scholars to do events in conjunction with them. So there's lots of ways to meet other folks. Are there any other questions?
If I can add on that too, just knowing too that like when you're in WISE isn't a bubble. It's something you can go in and out of. When you need your WISE time, you can go into your WISE time, but also if you need to branch out, it's not just for WISE students. And a lot of that time you do have like dining halls and stuff like that. You will be with other students. I've never felt like I've been restricted to a WISE only, but I realized that the strongest people in my college support group, even now as a senior, are WISE women. Those are the people that I can rely on, but I'm not restricted to that at all.
Yeah, I just wanted to add for that student with the question. I feel like maybe if you're nervous about, having the curriculum that's for Y specific students, that's also just what, adding on to what Emma just said, that's not going to put you in a bubble of any sort. If anything, it's just going to give you perspective, and it's going to give you perspective of not only for yourself, but also of the other students in your same year. I know that just based off people's responses to questions and answers, I've found really good friends because I saw like their mindset, I saw how they were thinking, and I was like, wow, that's super interesting. I want to be like you. I want to hang out with you. And so it's kind of like another or a deeper layer of like friendships. Does that make any sense?
Great. I see a question that was chatted to me. Is it possible to pursue a double major outside of STEM? And is there time to participate in things like creative things like music and clubs and sports? So yes, there's ways to double major. We've had students who majored in a STEM and a non-STEM, like a women's studies. We've had students who were like biochem and women's studies. There's lots of ways to achieve that. And wise women are amazing women. They're smart and intelligent, and they have multiple interests. So it's not just all STEM, STEM, STEM. Lots of women are creative because that's really a sign of intelligence, creativity. So yes, we definitely encourage students to do sports, to do creative endeavors. So there's definitely a way to do that. And we provide academic advising. So if you want to navigate your courses and how you would make that work, we certainly can help you doing that. Are there any other people who have questions that they've gotten chatted? It's kind of like difficult for me to go through all these questions.
When do students get mentors?
Say that again, Maria?
When do students get mentors?
Right, so students are assigned their mentors in the summertime. So once we see where all of our students are coming from, what all their majors are, and the people we've hired to be mentors, we make those connections during the summer, and then we notify students during the summer, this is your mentor, and you'll get an email directly from your mentor introducing herself and ways to connect with her before classes start in the fall.
I would also want to add to the mentoring piece. So one of the highlights of WISE, in my opinion, is the mentoring program. You have a mentor program that starts in your first year, but it continues to the rest of your experience during your undergraduates. So you will be able to have a mentor all through the 4 years or even longer that you will stay at Stony Brook. And I think the mentoring program is extremely important. You're going to see that you will have a mentor that is in their first year, is part of your major, knows how to navigate your major, knows how to navigate the campus challenges, knows how to navigate the stress and the time-consuming courses, knows how to navigate small things like buying food or going to this place on campus. And then you're going to have a second piece of the mentoring program as sophomore, junior, and senior with graduate students. And they will provide you with a different kind of information. They will help you navigate, or would I like more research, or would I like more to just do an internship, or would I like to take an upper level course, or all these kind of issues that you will have to deal with. So in my opinion, the mentoring piece is extremely important. I'm a professor here at the university, and I still have mentors. I think we should have mentors all our lives. So I think that is one of the highlights. You are going to have advising, which will be different from the mentoring program, and every piece of information that you will get, it will be extremely valuable for your success in college and beyond.
Perfect. Thank you, Monica. I have a question here about, I was talking about the information and technology undergraduate college, and the student is asking, is that compatible with the College of Engineering? So we call them colleges, the undergraduate colleges, but it's a themed experience. So that's really tied to the residential quad as well as the themes that students are interested in. It's not the same as the major. So students in all different majors are across all different undergraduate colleges. So you'll have engineers, in science and society or arts, culture, and humanities, and you'll have drama majors in information and technology studies. It's just a thematic experience for the first year students. So that's how it doesn't affect your admitted major. Are there any other questions that any of the other, yeah?
There is a question here that says, are there campus jobs related to the fields of science? I would also like to know more about financial opportunities. Are there ways to add grants to the WISE scholarships that I have already received? So anybody wants to talk about possibilities of jobs, students, of what you have had during your years here at Stony Brook?
I can talk about that too. You can go first, Amelia.
Okay. So actually Doreen so graciously recommended me for my first paid job here at Stony Brook, and it was at the ACC, which is the Academic Success and Tutoring Center. I work as a past tutor, and so I'm a little bit different than, or I guess like how I should phrase this is, I used to work as like a physics and mathematics tutor, and I found that I was getting a lot of the same questions, aka, hey, I have this homework problem, how do I do it? Or like, give me the answer. And I grew a little bit tired because I was like, I'm not getting that full on like teaching experience that I feel like I wanted to like express, or I wanted to explore. And so I found this opportunity, or basically the opportunity kind of found me, and I really enjoyed it because it's working with students all over campus from all different backgrounds and all different majors, like giving them that type of just skill set that is necessary to become a good student or a successful student in academia. And so that pays quite well. And in terms of financial opportunities, if there's definitely scholarships that you can add on. There's definitely scholarships when you do research that you can further continue as an award, and they fund you to do research. That can be like in terms of grants. And then also Stony Brook is really adamant about keeping students in STEM careers as long as possible, basically. And so there's also a bunch of opportunities for if you're underrepresented, minority student, on top of just being in WISE and a woman in STEM.
I also wanted to add that the Career Center is one of the biggest partners of the WISE program. So we do have a lot of events, and we do have some of their staff members who are not only willing to offer help to our students, but they are even part of the instructional support that we have at WISE. So you will really experience firsthand many of these courses. And not only that, many of the opportunities that come right away to the Career Center are forwarded to the WISE program firsthand. So you will have a lot of opportunities to be able to get a job on campus, a job off campus, a research opportunity. We do have one of the research opportunities that is the PSCNG Explorations in STEM Camp that allows you to be during 10 weeks in the summer being paid to do research on campus. We are having special connections also with the Eureka program that is to do research also on campus. And you're going to have a lot of different opportunities to get that extra support by doing things that you love to do and things that are going to make you grow as a professional. So you will definitely have a lot of opportunities to just do professional development.
Perfect. Emma, did you want to add anything else, or did we cover it?
Yeah, I can add a couple things. Just as someone, I work on campus in, like I said before, Student Accessibility and Support Center. If that's something that you guys need, please reach out to the center. I love it. So I've been working there for about 3 years now, and it's great. I mean, it's a little, I work about 20 hours a week. Well, we're on campus. I work virtually now, but it's not hard to balance both. A lot of times, the best part about being on campus and working an on-campus job is having the flexibility that your supervisors know that you're a student, and being a student comes first. And that's really important to balance too if you do want a job on campus, is to know how much you can handle, but also know you're a student first. And sometimes financially, that choice isn't really an option. But if you can do that, just know that you need to kind of prioritize your academics, but also that working on campus is really nice because you have that support system. And then just from being in WISE helps me get my job, and I hire people now, and I've hired many WISE students just for knowing that they're responsible people. It's one of my favorite things to do now is just hire WISE students and bring them in. So definitely being in WISE gets you a lot of on-campus jobs other than just STEM. And it's really important to be diverse. So.
Perfect, thank you, Emma. So we have probably time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and I'm looking through the chat. So are there experiential requirements for WISE? That was one question, and the other question was, do we have opportunities outside of research? And we were talking so much about research, but are there other ways to get experience that's not necessarily research? And so, yes, we have the Practicum Experiences, which are in 4 different areas. It's part of the WISE curriculum. You'll choose 2 out of the 4 practicum. You'll earn, for each practicum experience, you'll earn 2 credits. So you can choose from being a TA, teaching assistant, being a mentor. We provide credit for being a mentor. In addition, there's internships and externships that you can apply to, as well as the research. So we have diverse ways to gain experiential experience, not just in a laboratory setting. If that's not what you want to be doing, you want to be a computer programmer, you want to be doing other things, maybe an internship is the kind of practicum you would pursue. So I think we can, is there any other question from the audience? Because we're kind of nearing the end of the event. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for listening. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you to our admission staff for hosting the event and doing an amazing job with the event. Monica, did you want to say any final words?
Yes, I would like to add one more thing. I know that this is a difficult decision, which college you're going to go and where are you going to be in the next 4 years. In making your decision, ask as many questions as you want to be clarified. So if you need to ask us more questions, that is one of the things about the WISE program. Now, and in the next 4 years, if you decide to come to Stony Brook, we are going to be there for you. So please reach out through email, through a call, through any way that you want in order to ask us as many questions that will make you to do an informative decision. And we wanted to thank you for your time today, to basically listening to some of the highlights of our programs and some of the students and highlights of our programs that are for students who have joined us today. And we want to wish you well during this difficult time, and that the next 4 years of your life will be amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.